Dodge SRT Hellcat Challenger. Finally. I know you guys have been waiting for this for a long time, so let's do it. And vroom. And it's a 6-speed, which is really not that common, so hopefully I don't stall. Right, so today we're in a 2016 SRT Dodge Hellcat. This is the car that, in my opinion, brought Dodge back to life, because before that, the Challenger was an okay muscle car, but this is what really made Dodge look like you know how to have fun, and they can always have a good time. What we have here is a giant Hemi V8 up front with a twin screw supercharger on it, or root style, whatever you want to call it. And this is actually the stock blower. Now, why am I pointing out that it's the stock blower? This Hellcat makes 804 wheel horsepower. And this was done by our friends over at Injected Engineering in Kennesaw, Georgia. And they also did all the tuning on my Mustang as well. So when it comes to Fords and Dodge, they don't mess around. They do some pretty amazing things. So the first thing I noticed about the Hellcat, just like the Scat Pack I did a few weeks ago, was it's just a big car. That's the #1 thing. Compared to the other two muscle cars, it's the most chill muscle car. When you get on the throttle, you just instant. That's third. Just to make that clear, that toot I just did was third gear. Wasn't second or first, just instantly. So honestly, part of me is a little nervous because I've never driven a Hellcat at all, period. So I didn't even do a stock one before this. This is a modified one with a pulley, lawn tubes, exhaust, and a few other goodies. So we're gonna basically see the best of the best Hellcat as of right now. I also knew that Injected is working on another Hellcat, which we might do later, that's even faster, but let's just take baby steps at 800 horsepower. Here's the thing though, I'm in third gear. Let me get up to fourth. This car is 800 horsepower. Now, from you guys sitting at home, could you imagine this car being 800 horsepower? Because I know I can't. I'll go into fifth gear. It's so nice and calm and chill, and I feel like I have nothing to prove in a Challenger. If I'm in a Mustang or a Camaro or even a Corvette, if you want to take a step above, you love those cars when you're driving them, but for some reason you feel like you have to beat the other guy. In the Challenger, you're like, oh, I'm just good, I'm just over here, I'm just doing burnouts and having fun. Not to mention, this car actually had drag radials, but it kind of wore them out, so we're on street tires today, which is totally kind of scary too, to be honest. But so I'm gonna drop to 40 miles an hour, and so... Oh! Oh my God, holy shit. So I'll just say I wasn't expecting that because it hooked right up. It was not an issue at all, and I'm very, very impressed. But the key though is, will it hook in first gear? And the answer is, you know, most likely no. Woo! Let's talk about that real quick. So, yeah, when I was in the power the entire time, 100% controllable. I was never scared. I was just having fun. Now, the thing about the Hellcat, with it being so heavy, is that's the disadvantage of the Hellcat when you're racing other things. But when you're in the car by yourself, cruising around town, having fun, you are like one of the baddest dudes on the street, because as soon as somebody sees that little Hellcat emblem on the side, you're like, that's a Hellcat. And there hasn't been a Dodge car to have that kind of brand recognition in like 20 years. If you think about it, if you saw an SRT8 and then you see an RT, you're like, oh, that's cool, RT, SRT8. But then you see that little tiny badge, you're like, oh, I can't mess with that guy. That guy's fast. I don't want to mess with him. The Challenger in white is my absolute favorite, because I always was like, if I were to have a Hellcat, would I get the Charger or would I get the Challenger? And I used to always say the Charger until today. I'm actually kind of split down the middle now. When I saw this white one pull in, I'm used to seeing them in red or green or something like that, but this really clean, like pearl white they got going on with the hood vents and the black tail with the little tiny backup camera in between the spoiler, like everything kind of comes together. The giant brakes up front, which are stock, which blows me away. The wheels even look good on this car, and they're not aftermarket, they're the factory wheels. Along with that, this is on coilover suspension, so it's not on stock suspension. A lot of people, when they get the Hellcat, they focus on only the power because they're like, oh, it's such a big car anyway, I'm not trying to handle. But it is a big Bertha, without a doubt. Yep, spinning. Yep, spinning. Spinning is not winning. So on the screen in the middle It has everything you possibly ever want to know about what's happening with your car. So you have a horsepower rating, you have the suspension, the traction, everything's in track right now. And that's why we're able to, well, control the car. It shows the axle and everything working in like this cool illustration. Along with that, it has race options, it has all kinds of G meters and all that good stuff. So all you have to do to switch settings is hit click right on the navigation. It's not some mumbo jumbo where you have to go through 10 different steps just to switch modes. So a few things also, brakes are very sensitive, but that can be a good thing though. I mean, they're really, really good, but they definitely have a feel of they bite instantaneously. So if you're not used to it, clutch is actually pretty heavy at first, but then it gets easy once you're kind of rolling around. And the shifter is weird. I definitely know that they make more automatic Hellcats. That's a fact. It's just not as common anymore to see a manual car in general, not just the Hellcat. But the shifter is at an angle. You have the navigation screen, which is flat. I promise this is in relation. You have the navigation screen, which is flat. Then you have this kind of cupped out area with all the buttons for the driver, and it's literally leaned towards the driver. So you have the shifter also leaned towards the driver. So it's kind of a weird kind of feeling the stick shift be diagonal. But you can see that if you're in it, all you have to do is kind of pull more towards you than kind of this way. I see why they did it. It's just something to get used to, that I'm holding a shifter that feels like it's at an angle. Woo! Brakes, around a slight bend, and we're alive. So from a dig, like we're kind of doing, kind of sort of rolling first gear, feels fast, but it's not like, oh my God. But when you get into second, the top of second, and into third, oh my God, it is so fast. So if I do third and just go. If Dodge was a person, they'd be like the life of the party. The supercharger whine is so intoxicating. And what's funny about it is that it's really not that loud, but when you're in it to win it, you hear it getting louder and louder and louder, and you're like, oh man, it's like my own personal roller coaster. That's what this feels like. The best part is I get up to speed and then 6th gear, and now I'm an old fart again driving a Dodge. Really impressed, guys. Like, and I'm not just saying that because I've been waiting to drive a Hellcat. I'm genuinely impressed because the interior is really nice compared to the base model Challenger and Charger. What a great package. 700 horsepower with a warranty. It does not get better than that. I don't care if you get beat by somebody else. You're still driving home in a very nice car. You're not gonna be upset. Okay, so as a comparison, when I did that scat pack the other day, I'm sorry. So anyway, back to information, because that's of course way more exciting. Think about this. This has 150 more horsepower than the scat pack, and the scat pack is not slow. It is not a slow car at all. This is though, wow, injected engineering, you did an amazing job on this car and the tune, and I can't believe this is hooking up so well. Like, I'm absolutely astonished. We have traction control off. It's a 60-degree day outside, and we're still hooking. I think a big part of that is the weight. There's never been a point where I've been like, oh no, I'm going to crash. But let's talk about something on the other side of the spectrum, where this is overall, this is an expensive car, but it's not a super car when it comes to price. And the question is, should people, when they buy a car with 700 horsepower, should Dodge have a program, or any brand have a program, to teach these people how to drive these cars so they don't crash them? You know, of course the Mustang argument's there, but 700 horsepower, I don't care who you are, the internet is a lie when it comes to that. 700 horsepower is a lot of horsepower for the street. So look, I'm just reeling it out, not in it, and you still have an entertaining experience. And I'm, wow, speed limit. All right, you guys, I think that was a very nice, short and sweet explanation of my opinion on the Hellcat. I think it's an amazing car. It feels stupid fast. It's great. It's balanced more so in a straight line. You can't escape weight sometimes. But this power plant that Dodge has made up front is awesome. So kudos to you, Dodge. That was amazing. You've done a great job. And what do you guys think about the Hellcat? On that note, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Have a great day. Okay, bye.
Oh! I was not ready. I wasn't ready.